with Lana right now.
Yeah.
You was with Christiana the other day. Of course. You was with Deja after Christiana. Samaya was on the phone every day. And you was with Grace the other day.
Damn, all of them? What the fuck?
You a hoe, dude.
So, Cinco, I just want to know, out of all these girls, who actually has your interest?
Alright, bro. I've been seeing a lot of 2-mans and 3-mans with this nigga J Cinco, and I've been seeing a lot of requests in the comments, so I think it's about time we break down his game. But look, this breakdown finna be a little bit different. Instead of just analyzing his approach, I'm literally finna give y'all the full scouting report on this nigga. Basically, I'm finna break this shit down like 2K. So after reviewing some film, I'm finna be giving him what I think his player build is and his overall rating based on his strengths and weaknesses. But look, before I expose this nigga whole player build and attributes, y'all niggas already know what's going on, bro. I need y'all go ahead and like the video. But I know what you're thinking. Why exactly should I like the video? Really think about it, bro. J Cinco knows how to get girls. So after watching the video, even if you're already getting girls, you should be getting more. And if you get no bitches at all, bro, you definitely need to get a video a like, because you literally can just copy and paste this nigga player build and start putting up shots. If that's not worth a like, I don't know what is. But alright, now that everybody liked the video, let's go ahead and get into it. The first attribute we gotta look at is obviously looks. Now, I don't want to sit here and just like overly glaze this nigga, but he does have a popular look. I don't know his exact racial background, but he appears to be mixed with black and some type of Hispanic. And I do think females kind of like this racially ambiguous look. So shit, he has that going for him, and he got some tats, you know, his hair is curly. And I don't even know if females really are fucking with their hairstyle right now. I think the current meta is temp fade fro, but I'm sure it's not detracting from his looks. Like, I can't really picture no bitches saying, oh, his hair is curly. I can't talk to him. Also, his ears are pierced. He don't OD on the piercings. Like, he don't got like the nose piercings. I personally think the hoes don't fuck with that shit, but maybe it's been like an update. I gotta go read the patch notes. It's like a new meta. I don't know. I think 1 or 2 piercings per ear is really all you need. He's also rocking the goatee right now. I think that's a very popular look. He also seems to keep up with his facial hygiene. In all the videos I seen, he never just been on some Dabo shit. This nigga literally is like the try hard build. Like, he got all the looks maxing essentials, like grown out hair. He's in shape, got the tats. The only thing keeping him from having like a demigod build maxed out look stats is his height. Like, I just looked this shit up. Nigga's 5'7". I knew a nigga like this had to be nerfed in some type of way. But this just what I think as a nigga. Like, I'm not finna be able to give a completely accurate assessment on his looks. So because of this and the fact that it'll be OD pause if I gave him a rating, I'm finna call one of my female friends and ask her what she thinks. Okay, so like what, like put a number to that. Like, what is not cute to you?
I told you 0. What the fuck you want me to say?
So this nigga not cute, like.
Shut up, bitch!
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I forgot to record like a lot of that first like start to the conversation. She basically was digging this nigga saying she wasn't fucking with him, so I'ma just say that don't count. But I'm not gonna lie, bro, I have a very limited supply of female friends. Like, every other female contact I have, I'm actually trying to hit, and I don't feel like this would be the best strategy to go about trying to complete that mission. So I'm just finna get a female that rated him on like YouTube or some shit.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
oh, is that right? Is that right?
I'm gonna give you a 9.
Alright, bet. Here, Mike Jack.
Alright, bro. That girl gave him a 9, so we're finna set his shit at a smooth 90. 90 overall looks. But alright, the next attribute we gotta talk about is confidence. Besides looks, this is probably the most important attribute for any player. Like, bruh, niggas see what happened to Ben Simmons when he lost his confidence. This nigga literally finna be in Shanghai or some shit. A lack of confidence literally turned a player that was supposed to be like the next LeBron into a nigga that hoops at LA Fitness. That alone should show you just how important this confidence shit is. Like, bruh, I don't give a fuck how good you can riz hoes. If you don't got the confidence to actually pull up and take shots, you're just never gonna score. But luckily for J Cinco, he doesn't really share in Ben Simmons' confidence problem. Like, bruh, if it's one thing this nigga does have, is confidence. The reason why I say this is, every time I see this nigga DDG going on like a 2-man or some shit, J Cinco come through crash that bitch with no hesitation. Like, bruh, I know niggas who be like, where's the hoes at? But then when it's actually an opportunity to interact with the hoes, they're nowhere to be found. Like, they're literally scared of the hoes. That's probably the most obvious sign that a nigga has no confidence in his ability to sauce some shit up. Like, bruh, if a nigga always missing roll call for 2-mans and 3-mans, he always injured and shit, nigga trying to load manage, you can probably bet money he has very low confidence. Cinco is literally the opposite of that though. Like, he's literally looking for competition. He's a real competitor. He could be setting up his own one-on-one missions, but instead he goes out of his way to compete at the highest level. And he knows that on these stages, the defense is gonna be at an all-time high. But his confidence is so high that he doesn't even care. He still believes in his ability to score. If you've been watching this channel for a while now, you'll understand that confidence is something that's built over time. The more you deal with girls, the more confident you're gonna be in your interactions. This is exactly where his confidence comes from. I ain't trying to meat watch, but I'm pretty sure I seen a couple clips where he's getting dirty macked for like talking to multiple girls or something like that. This is all the evidence I need. Assuming this is true and he has a history of talking to a good amount of girls, I think it's safe to assume that by now his confidence when dealing with girls is pretty high. Plus, he just had a boxing match and it takes a lot of confidence to get in that ring, and I ain't gonna lie, this nigga was talking OD shit during the lead up to this boxing match. Getting in the ring by itself requires a high level of confidence, but the amount of shit he was talking really displays his hubris. But I don't know, bro, like, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it didn't take that much confidence. But nah, all jokes aside, bro, based on all the evidence I have, I feel pretty good putting his confidence attribute at a smooth 95. But alright, the next attribute we gotta talk about is body language. I'm not gonna lie, bro, from what I can tell from the streams, his body language seems to be pretty solid. As y'all know by now, a lot of this comes down to confidence, but not only do you need the confidence to execute whatever move you're gonna make, you also need to know when it's an appropriate time to actually make that move. Not only that, bro, but you have to be aware of what moves you actually have in your bag. Like, bro, you really gotta be aware of your player build. If you're a center, you're not finna have the ball handling ability to jab, pump fake, step back, hezzy, swing, half spin, see the help defense, fucking pull up fade. Like, if you a center, you not finna have that in your bag. Like, come on, gang. This is really where I think his body language game excels. Like, bro, he has the ability to break the touch barrier and shit, but he don't be really doing no extra over the top, super horny shit. I never seen him on some like Deshae shit where he's trying to like escalate the situation a little bit too fast. He's always mindful to kind of play at his own pace and like keep his tempo. But at the same time, when the moment arises, he's not afraid to really sauce up and kind of get in his bag. Overall, bro, he just seems to be very relaxed and comfortable in all the settings that he's in. He's never really like moving like he's unsure about himself. So with all of this in mind, after reviewing the film, I think it's safe to put his body language stat at a smooth 87. The reason why it's not higher is I just don't see him using certain aspects of body language that some of the higher level players are using. But alright, the next attribute we gotta talk about is his mouthpiece. Just like body language, verbal game is heavily linked to confidence. Like with a 95 confidence, it's very difficult for your mouthpiece to not be at least average. The confidence is already checked. He's not afraid to put up the shot. So the real determining factor on if he gains points or loses points is knowing what to say and how to say it. And from the clips I seen online, bro, I'ma say that his verbal game is just okay. Like, he's not really ever just overly saucing some shit up, bro. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm looking at the wrong clips, or like I'm underrating the verbal game because I done seen it at such a high level. This seems like some like role player type of verbal game. I never seen him just say some shit to where I'm like, damn, that shit was smooth. Like, I don't know if I would have thought of that in the moment. Not saying that this nigga don't know how to talk, but it's like, I'm thinking about it in basketball terms, and it's like sometimes you'll see a nigga do a move that's like, bro, I could not pull this shit off in game if I was trained by LeBron, MJ, Kyrie, Steph. Like, no amount of training is finna get me to pull this shit off. The verbal shots he be taking be on some like mid-range, like foot on the line 3 type shit. I think that's just his play style though when it comes to talking. Like, he not finna do no overly flashy moves. Like, he's not finna sit there and dance with you. He's just trying to get to his spot. It makes sense though, bro. This type of conservative play style is very popular with niggas that have a relatively high looks attribute. Like, bro, really think about it. If she already going, why would I even try to sauce up? Think about it like Klay Thompson. If you can score 60 off 11 dribbles, why would you even try to sauce up on some Curry shit? And Klay might have a crazy handle, but nobody knows because he never had to use it. So because of this, bruh, I'm finna put his mouthpiece attribute at a smooth 85. But alright, that's all the attributes I'm gonna talk about. Think about those like the mid-range, driving dunk, 3-point, layup. Y'all played the game before, bro. But look, now we have to talk about his badges. Every player has to have like the baseline attributes like mouthpiece, body language, looks. It's literally like 2K. You gotta at least have all them attributes at 60 to be in the dating game. This next section is really about personalized skills that I've noticed that he has. The first badge that I noticed from seeing this nigga was Slithery Finisher. Now I know what you're thinking. Slithery Finisher? That shit sound hella pause. But look, just let me explain. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Slithery Finisher badge, it basically increases the chances that you'll complete a layup with defenders around. This nigga definitely deserves this badge because in almost every 2-man, 3-man situation I've seen him in, niggas is treating him like 2018 Harden, like double teams, triple teams, nigga getting picked up from the half. Like, it's literally the most crazy defense you ever seen in your life. Like, bruh, DDG turned into prime Kawhi Leonard, Silky turned to Tim Duncan. Like, I've even seen the chat play defense on, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, he literally playing on Hall of Fame. But the reason why he gets this badge is sometimes he's able to still make the shot regardless of how much defense is being played. But I do want to put an emphasis on sometimes because occasionally the defense is just too good for him to overcome. With that being said, I probably can give him this badge on like silver. When I was first even thinking about this shit, bruh, I initially was finna give him gold, but the more film I review, it's like the more I notice the badge just not activating. But alright, the next badge I noticed was Giant Slayer. Now if you're not familiar with this badge, it basically helps players finish over bigger defenders. The reason why I give him this badge is when he goes on missions with niggas that have a higher level of clout or status that are actively trying to block his shot, he still finds a way to score regardless of the disparity in status. I'm not gonna lie, bro, I give him this shit on gold simply because of how large the gap in status is in some of the situations he's in. Before I reveal to y'all his player build, I gotta talk about one of the deficiencies I see in his game. If there's one area where he falls short, bro, it has to be his defense. In every clip I've seen, he's never really shown himself to be able to lock down any of his competition. If you've seen any of the 2-man clips with him with DDG or Silky, you can tell immediately. He just isn't able to dirty Mac on the same level as them. I do believe he can improve upon this the more he's in these contested situations. It's probably just a part of his game he really hasn't had the time to cultivate. I'd really love to see him throwing a lot more salt going forward. After assessing all of his attributes, badges, and weaknesses, I'd probably say he's an 89 overall, score first wing. He seems to excel at almost every offensive aspect of the game. Great confidence, strong body language, and a solid verbal game. But he couldn't be a playmaker of any kind or any type of lock because he rarely looks to get his teammates involved and he just doesn't have the defense at this point. But yeah, bruh, that's my breakdown of Cinco's game. Let me know in the comments whose game I should break down next. Like and subscribe if you learned something. And with that being said, thanks for watching. I'm gonna catch y'all.